Ooh, it's cold this morning, guys. Good morning. It's Louis at Elvis Presley fan on keto. Obviously, carnivore, ketovore. Um, Ultimately, I'm trying to keep my health great. The way I do that is by eating fatty meat, eggs, bit of salt, drinking water, eggs and bacon, butter. These are the things that are keeping me healthy. I'm 57 years old. I've just woke up. It's very early in the morning. It's around 5:30 a.m. The kids are asleep. The wife's asleep. Gives me a chance to quickly do a video. It's on my mind at the moment that I want people to understand how to get into the carnivore, the ketovore diet, because I think it can be quite scary. I think obviously, if you've come to a place where you are desperate enough to think, I need to make a change in my life for my health, you must be worried. Maybe you're overweight, obese, maybe you've got serious health problems. You know, I had ulcerative colitis. I had it for over 10 years. For me, obviously, I had the giant belly, which was embarrassing. I had these very serious dizzy spells. I got a feeling that it was the dizzy spells that worried me the most, because my own mind linked it to heart attack. I don't know why. I just felt like one day I'm going to have a dizzy spell and it was going to be my last. Very worrying. I've got small kids. It got me thinking, seriously thinking. Obviously, I had the aches and pains, which I got used to. I had aches and pains for years. I just thought for me it was the norm. Didn't realise that I could change them. So the high blood pressure, the high blood sugar. I do think when the doctor said to me that I was pre-diabetic, when he said that to me, I was like, what's that? Pre-diabetic? What is that? I had no idea what pre-diabetic meant. So it made me go off and do some research. It made me get on Google, get on YouTube. Pre-diabetic, what is that? Pre-diabetes. Of course, I very quickly worked out my blood sugars were way too high, and I was very close to becoming type 2 diabetic. And then when you look up type 2 diabetes, it's scary, because obviously you go on insulin, you need medications, and type 2 diabetes leads to some very serious medical problems. Very serious. In extreme cases, you have limbs removed. So the whole thing was just scary. So as I said before, I had to do something. I didn't want to die. I didn't want a heart attack. Why was I living like this? Low energy, high anxiety. I wasn't really properly enjoying life like I should be. I liked life, but I should have loved it, and I didn't. I had a lovely wife, lovely kids. I was just getting through the day. It wasn't good enough. So I'd made the decision after my twin brother had said to me, you need to do something. You don't look well. And I came across Dr. Ken Berry. I came across the carnivore diet. Initially, I thought it was all rubbish. I came across fasting, which again was introduced to me by my brother because his wife was doing it. I've got a twin brother, and I thought, I'm going to give this a go. And I just kept watching videos over and over again. Dr. Ken Berry, question and answers on his live streams. I owe Dr. Ken Berry a lot. He doesn't realise it, but he must get this from thousands of people, because he has saved thousands and thousands of lives, and so has his wife, Nisha. They have both changed lives, changed people's lives forever. So this is another part of, I'm just going through some of Dr. Ken Berry's videos that gives people an idea of just how to get going, all the myths, all the lies that come around carnivore diet, because you will always have people, the doubters, trying to make you think that this diet is going to kill you because of cholesterol, this lie about cholesterol being bad for you, this lie about eating too much meat, too many eggs, too much butter. You're always going to get that. I was told I was going to have a heart attack and die by my own family members, my own friends, by many people. People were scared for me. 2 years ago, when I was big here and I had all these medical problems, people were scared for me. I can tell you now, all my medical problems have gone. There is no ulcerative colitis. My aches and pains have reduced. I don't have dizzy spells. My blood pressure is normal, lower than normal, I would say. I've got the blood pressure of a younger man. My blood sugars are normal. I've got my life back. My energies have returned. I love life. My anxiety has gone. My zest for life is back. Even though it's 5:30 in the morning and I need to wake up, which is why I got a cup of tea. I allow myself a cup of tea. I allow myself a coffee. I don't go too far with it. Yes, I am carnivore. Yes, I eat fatty meat, lots of different meats, fish, pork, lamb, ribeye steaks, eggs, salt, water. I have all that, eggs and bacon, love it. I absolutely love my diet. Remember, when you adjust to eating the right way, your body craves those foods. Okay, guys? So I'm going to press play on this. I'm going to just warm up my tea while I press play on this. And then we're going to go through the comments Dr. Ken Berry says and try and understand why the diet works. So enjoy, guys. We're just going to stop, start. This is a review reaction to Dr. Ken Berry's video. And I thank Dr. Ken Berry. You must subscribe to him. Please subscribe to Dr. Ken Berry. He's got 3.5 million subscribers. His advice is life-saving.
Isn't eating lots of meat bad for the environment? So, first of all, I'm a doctor, and this is a YouTube channel about health and nutrition. I'm not a climatologist, but I have been told by people who study climate science that red meat, cows grazing in pasture, is not actually what's destroying the environment. It's all the jet planes and all the cars and all the diesel trucks and all the factories. That's what's actually harming the environment, not cows and sheep grazing in the pasture. So if you came here for health and nutrition, you're at the right place. But if you want to learn about climate science, there are other great sources for that out there. I'm not a climatologist. Number 11, isn't animal fat too calorie dense to eat in large quantities? In other words, won't eating fat make me fat? No, that's not how human physiology works. Eating sugar, which is turned into triglycerides and fatty acids, which are then stored as fat, that's how you get fat. Eating a diet rich in sucrose, glucose, fructose, this is what causes your body to store fat. Also, when you're eating a diet high in sugars, that raises your insulin level very high, which is a signal to your body to store fat. When you're eating a carnivore diet, your blood sugar comes back down to a very healthy level, and that allows your insulin level to come back down to a very healthy level, and that unlocks the fat stored on your body and allows your body to metabolize it and use it for energy and then get rid of it.
So everything that has been just said, I always recommend you do your research. All the different words that are used by Dr. Ken Berry. If you're unsure of them, what I tend to do is a word is said, what does that mean? Like he just said, metabolize. This is just how I do things, yeah? Because we're not doctors, we're not educated in medical things. We have no idea. We're just normal people So I just look up the word. What does that mean? Metabolite, We'll do it together. Metabolize. It's the body or an organ process a substance by metabolism. Protease inhibitor interfere with the body's capacity to metabolize. Okay, and then it says processing by metabolism. The refined food soon metabolized. Let me see if I can do another one. What does metabolize mean? To use a chemical process in the body to turn food into energy, new growth, and waste products. Fat is metabolized by your body and cleared through the liver as a normal process. You see, and then bit by bit, when you keep doing this, but here's another one. What is another word for metabolize? Absorb, digest, break down, dissolve, ingest, consume. Yeah, this is how you learn. I really do believe it's so important you understand why the carnivore diet works, whether it be carnivore, ketovore, or keto. You really do need to know why. Yeah, because when you get the doubters saying to you, you're going to die, what you're doing, that's just crazy. You can back it up. When you reply to these people, you can say, well, no, this happens to my body, that happens to my body. So let's always, any word that we're unsure about, we will look it up.
Number 12, do I have to eat steak all the time? Because I see Sean Baker eating ribeye all the time.
It's funny because I love eating steak all the time. He mentions Sean Baker, Dr. Sean Baker. I highly recommend Dr. Sean Baker. He's fascinating. Look him up. Look up all of the YouTubers that are on this diet, that have been on this diet for years, that are recommending this diet. See their success. Look up the success stories, the people they've helped. You'll be surprised just how many, I think, tens of thousands, this diet is now saving. I call it a diet, but it's more than that. It fixes you. It fixes you. It's a miracle diet.
You eat a lot of steak, Dr. Berry. Is that what do? I have to eat steak? No, you can eat any meat. And here's what you have to understand. The cheapest ground beef at your supermarket is healthier for you than the most expensive bread.
I love this. I hear him say this many times. Our body needs its nutrients, its vitamins, its fatty acids, etc. And you automatically think, oh, I must get fruit and veg to have those things, vitamins, etc. No, your body was designed through evolution to eat fatty meat, eggs, drink water, have salt. That's how it was designed over millions of years. Now, in scarce times, we would eat vegetation, but the body wants to absorb the goodness from fatty meat, any meat. And even I'd rather have meat out of a tin, like frankfurters or spam, things like that, than eat foods that are not good for me. So what he's saying, you're better off eating the processed tin of spam than eating the crap foods that we are told that are good for us, like wheat, bread, anything that turns to sugar, pasta, rice, potato, starchy stuff. You're always better off putting meat in this mouth. What goes in this mouth is going to dictate your health. How long you live, how you feel every day.
In the supermarket. The cheapest hot dogs and sausages and bologna are healthier for you to eat than the most expensive breakfast cereal in your grocery. Once you
See, and this is very important. Very important. This is one of the most important things. For a start, it makes you realize that you don't have to spend a fortune to be on this diet. But what you'll find is that you stop buying all the snacks anyway. You stop buying all the chocolates and sweets and Doritos, all the snacky stuff that people binge on. Because people are eating way too many times a day. You should only really be eating once or twice a day. I recommend once a day with a 24-hour fast to see the quick benefits of carnivore. I also recommend carnivore. Now, as a compromise, you can ketovore is okay. Eating twice a day is okay. But if you really want to see the health benefits, if you want to really start to feel younger, look younger, drop your weight off, reduce aches and pains, help soothe your stomach disorders, you need to eat once a day, fast, every day, fatty meat, eggs, drink water, bit of salt, eggs and bacon, fish, pork, lamb, ribeye steaks. You will feel better. You will feel better quickly.
Make that connection. Oh, okay. So of course, grass-fed, grass-finished is a little bit healthier. But if you're on a budget, the cheapest ground beef, the cheapest hot dogs, the cheapest bologna, the
Great
cheapest
advice,
sausage
guys. Great
is
advice.
better for you than the most expensive plant-based foods in the supermarket. Once you understand that key concept, most of your other questions about carnivore just kind of fall in line. Number 13, are there any condiments or spices allowed? For most people, yes. You can use any zero carb, sugar condiment in moderation, right? Because all condiments are made from plants. Unless it's a homemade fish sauce, it's going to have some plant matter in there, which could lead to increasing your carbohydrate intake, or if you're fighting inflammation or an autoimmune condition, could cause some inflammation. So my favorite condiment is sugar-free mustard. It has
Just quickly throwing in, inflammation is the main cause of all health problems. It is. You look at every different part of the body, inflammation causes everything. Everything. And this is the problem with eating incorrect foods that your body was not designed to eat, especially sugar, especially pasta and chocolate bars, donuts, bread, wheat, cereals, all of that stuff that we are told and encouraged to eat by the worldwide food guidelines, which are so wrong. They are so upside down. We have been told for 70 years to eat the wrong foods. We have been told for 70 years that we shouldn't eat meat, eggs. It's just crazy. Butter. These things that are very good for us. It makes no sense. 70 years ago, we were all eating these foods. Something changed. Something changed. For whatever reason, I personally think for money gain, for financial reasons, something changed and the whole world was told to start eating the foods that are not good for us. Like breads and cereals. Just not good for us. We were told not to eat the food that is good for us. It's crazy. It makes no sense. Other than many people, many big corporations making billions of dollars, pounds, encouraging us to eat food that is poisoning us, like margarine, vegetable oils, seed oils, canola oils. Seriously bad for us. Many of the foods that we are eating, guys, that we think that is good for us, are harming us. Seriously harming us. This is why there is an epidemic of type 2 diabetes, of overweight, obese people. People that think they're eating the right foods because they're following the guidelines set by the governments around the world. But really, they're making themselves very unwell. This is why cancer is rife. Almost 1 in 2 people now are expected to die of cancer. Now, there are studies that show that cancer causes growth. Sugar causes cancer. Sugar helps cancer feed. Cancer feeds on sugar. This is what they're saying now, guys. The whole world is addicted to binging on different sugar products and food that turns into sugar after you've digested it. It's complete madness. Type 2 diabetes and pre-diabetes are bigger now than ever, even though the whole world has been following these guidelines. Something must be wrong. Why are we being told to not eat the food that our bodies ancestrally were designed to eat hundreds of thousands of years ago, millions of years ago? We were designed to eat fatty meat and eggs and drinking water. It doesn't make any sense. Why are so many people eating ultra processed foods that are full of chemicals? It's madness. We're all making ourselves very unwell. And then people are wondering, why am I unwell? When the answer is so simple. Eating the wrong food, you're poisoning yourself every day. What you're putting in this mouth is causing serious damage to your bodies. I'm just a guy at home. I'm no doctor. Just a guy at home who completely turned his health around because I watched Dr. Ken Berry's advice on the correct way to eat.
Has 0 carbs. You can put that on anything. It makes anything taste a little bit better. Many people get used to not using any condiments on a carnivore diet, and they love their carnivore diet. Most people can use spices, sauces, rubs, condiments, as long as they're sugar-free and as close to 0 carb as possible.
So I think this is helpful because obviously at first you've got the adjustment period, 2-3 months, where you're trying to come off all your addictions. Because let's face it, guys, we're all addicted to sugar-related products, whether it be sweets or chocolates or a pizza or a burger. We're all addicted to these foods. Chips, Doritos, crisps, cakes. I love donuts. Donuts is one of my favorite things. So when we accept we're addicted, suddenly we're eating a very simple diet. Steak, chicken, lamb, pork, eggs. So at first, it's like, oh, is this all I'm going to eat for the rest of my life? So initially, this is when people can be put off the diet because it seems boring, it seems too limited. So having a bit of sauce, a bit of mayonnaise, a bit of mustard, a bit of chili sauce, like he says, sugar-free things can get you through the initial few months, 2-3 months, to make the food feel less boring. And then what you find, as your body adapts, moves away from being addicted to sugar-related foods, and starts to crave the fatty meats, the eggs, the different meats, the fish. You can have a bit of cheese. You'll start to crave it. You won't need the sauces. Once your body craves the meat, the goodness in meat, the nutrients in meat, the vitamins in meat, and it will, trust me, I love meat. I love it. Last night I had a steak, I had lamb ribs, and I had 2 eggs. At lunchtime I had 2 eggs and 4 slices of bacon. I always keep the fat. I smother the meats in the fat that comes out of the meat. And I loved it. That's 2 years after I started this diet. Your body wants it in the same way as you would crave cakes, donuts, crisps, sweets, a pizza. Your body stops craving all the bad foods, the foods that are not good for it, and craves the foods that we are designed to eat to make us healthy and strong and fit and have energy and reset our body back to default. And it takes us off medication. When you're eating the right foods, type 2 diabetes goes away, stomach problems go away, pain reduces. It's literally a miracle. You can't believe it's happening. The first thing I noticed was my energy whoosh like Superman. That's the first thing I noticed. That's when I knew, something's working. Yeah. Right. I've just woke up. It's 5:30 in the morning. Takes me half an hour to get to fully wake up, but I will be full of energy now until I go to sleep around 10 p.m. Work it out, guys. How many hours is that? Is that 17 hours? I wake at 5 a.m. Go to bed at 10 p.m. Work it out. That many hours. Beaming, booming with energy. Excited for the day ahead of me. It made me look forward to the day ahead. It made me go, yes, I'm choking on my tea. It made me love life again. Made me love life again.
Number 14, is it okay to drink alcohol at all? First of all, alcohol is poison. Any amount of alcohol is bad for you. With that being said, I highly encourage you not to drink alcohol daily. If you want to have one mixed drink on the weekend that's 0 sugar, 0 carb, I think that's probably fine in the big picture, keeping in mind it's still poison. The less you drink, the healthier you will be, the longer you will live, the happier your liver will be. But an occasional drink on carnivore for most people is not a big deal. I would avoid beer. Beer is for frat boys. That's not for adults. I would avoid wine. There is no health benefits from drinking wine whatsoever, regardless of what
It's funny because I've always been told that wine's good for you, beer's good for you. It's funny he says that. But luckily I'm not a drinker. But some of you out there will be. Come on. We know that getting drunk isn't good for us. We know it. So, with me, what I find, I'll have a drink New Year's Eve, maybe on the birthday, maybe on a holiday. That's it. That's it. Alcohol has to go out the back door. Guys, come on, we're fixing our health. Yeah. Many of you here watching these videos will be over 40, 50, 60, 70. So you want to have a longer life. You want to feel great again. You want to look young again, feel young again, come off medication, reduce weight, get rid of all of your health problems. Alcohol is out the door. Once or twice a year is enough.
you've heard in the past. I would focus on 0 sugar, 0 calorie alcohol. If you're going to have an occasional, once a week, once a month drink,
Yeah, I think this is great advice.
then it's probably not a big deal. Number 15, won't eating only meat be too costly for my budget? No, because remember earlier I said you don't have to buy $22, $25 a pound, this, that, or the other. You can buy the cheapest ground beef in your supermarket. If you read the ingredients carefully, you can buy very inexpensive hot dogs, bologna, potted meat, different kinds of deli meats. You can buy these meats very, very cheaply. They're still going to have the vast majority of the nutrient density that any meat will have. Now, if you've got the money, I encourage you to buy.
So, one of the most common things said is, how can you afford to buy all these steaks? And look, let's face it, steaks can be expensive. So can lamb. But actually, when I go to the different supermarkets, there's always a deal on steaks. I think I can get 4 steaks in England for about £8. Same goes for lamb. There's always a deal. I mean, to be honest with you, pork and chicken isn't expensive in England. And like he says, if your budget is very tight, you can have the tinned type meats. It's better than eating sugar related products, bread, pasta, rice. Yeah. So, I actually found that I saved money because yes, I've reduced the amount of times a day I'm eating. So initially for the first month, I was only eating once a day. So you save a lot of money. It makes eating very simple. You're not overthinking, oh, what am I going to eat? You've only got a choice of about 10 different things. So for me, the eating process became much simpler. And actually, because I stopped buying all the snacks, and all the stuff that's bad for me, I saved money. I stopped buying the sweets and the chocolates and the cakes and the donuts and the cereal bars. There's so many things that you buy to snack because obviously you've completely stopped snacking. You're only eating once or twice a day. Then after about a month, I introduced eggs and bacon, fatty eggs and bacon smothered in butter with salt. So that was my second meal. again, very simple. Eggs are cheap. Eggs are cheap. Bacon is cheap. So money-wise, please don't worry. You'll find that because you're eating so less often, that you save money. You actually save money.
Grass finished beef from a local rancher. I want you to encourage that economy, but if you're on a budget, this is not mandatory at all. You can do cheap carnivore just fine. I've got videos on my YouTube channel about cheap carnivore options. Also,
Good
when
advice,
you're
guys.
eating
Good
the
advice.
fat that comes with the meat, right? You're eating the yolk that comes with the egg. You're going to be getting plenty of animal protein, which is very satiating, and plenty of animal fat, which is also very satiating. So what you're going to notice is that you're going to go from eating 3 meals a day with snacks in between, so effectively 6 meals a day. You're going to go from that to eating.
Guys, I was eating 6 meals a day. I was waking up, having a big cereal. There's so many tasty looking cereals out there, aren't they? The way they're designed now, they really entice you in. Very colourful and very tasty, but very bad for your health. Then I would, obviously you have a lunchtime meal. I used to eat around 1 o'clock. Now I would have a snack in between. I'd have a piece of toast with honey or chocolate spread. I've got kids. Sometimes you eat the kids' leftover foods, leftover cereals, leftover sandwiches, toast, etc. Then I would have my dinner, which is usually something bad for me, like a toasty or a jacket potato, very starchy potato. Then I couldn't wait till 6 o'clock to have my next main meal, 6 p.m. So I would snack on what was in the house. Biscuits, breadsticks, peanuts. Could be a cake in the house or a donut. A croissant. I would get through the day. I'd have some sugary coffees, sugary teas. 4 or 5 teas, 4 or 5 coffees with sugar. Then I'd get to tea time, have the big meal, pasta, spaghetti, curry, something with chips, French fries. And then after that, I would snack again. I would look for things. Peanuts was a favourite of mine. I would look for things to eat at bedtime. Sometimes even at bedtime when I've gone to sleep, I'd be looking for things to eat in the house. Still hungry. When you're eating the wrong foods, your body is constantly feeling hungry. Constantly. You never stop feeling hungry. Even then through the night, waking up in the morning, you're hungry, you can't wait to eat your cereal. You feel you need it. Oh, I need that for energy. This is such rubbish. You imagine the harm that's being done in one day. What I've just said to you, what I've just gone through with you, all the different snacking and the meals, right until bedtime. The damage that did to my body. This is why my stomach had ballooned, my face had gone big and fat. I had all these medical problems, pre-diabetes, ulcerative colitis, dizzy spells, high blood sugar, high blood pressure, because of exactly what I've just said to you. So I think Dr. Ken Berry is going to go on to say that when you're eating the fatty meats, it satiates you. I think he's basically going to say you feel less hungry. And I did find this. Once I started giving my body the correct foods, I was much less hungry. I now don't feel hungry until really, when I eat, like today I'll eat around 1:32. I'll have to make some bacon, but I won't really be very hungry. I don't really need that meal. Really I should skip that meal and just have my tea time meal around 6:30, which usually is steak and lamb and eggs, yeah? Salt and water, yeah? But I'm never like, oh my God, I have to eat. Your body is adjusted to a point where it's like, I can take it or leave it. So I always recommend try and just have the 1 meal a day to see the benefits, to drop your weight off. Your body won't just keep losing weight. Eventually your body weight will level off. So once your body gets to its the weight that it's happy at, yeah, you'll find that you'll hit a really nice weight that is good for your health, and you just get into a routine that really works for you. But you feel great every day. This is the bit, the carnivore glow. You get a glow, the carnivore glow. Look it up, guys. And so I think he's going to go on to say that the fat in the meat makes you feel less hungry and fuller.
Once or twice, maybe 3 times a day, with no snacking in between, because you're not nearly as hungry nearly as often. So what you're going to wind
So
up doing
true.
is just eating less total food. And although I know that many of the ultra processed foods made of ground up grains and some sugar and some vegetable seed oil, they're very, very cheap. And they make the meat look very expensive. But when you actually start doing your carnivore budget and get used to carnivore, you're going to notice, hey, this is costing me about the same as my previous plant-based diet, or maybe even a little bit less. Number 16.
Okay, we're going to stop there. So, some great tips. Watch it a few times, get a feel for it. Go over, watch Dr. Ken Berry. This is a fantastic video for beginners. Yeah, I know many of you on here are not beginners as well, but I still, even though I've been doing this diet for 2 years, I love hearing all this. It reminds me, right, great advice. Thank you, Dr. Ken Berry. We are also going to be showing other doctors that are on YouTube. At the moment, we're doing Dr. Ken Berry. We will be moving on to people like Dr. Anthony Chaffee, Dr. Sean Baker, and there's some, bit by bit, we're going to get a rounded view of what is recommended, how to eat, whether it be carnivore, keto, or keto, and to get our health back, to make ourselves feel great again. It's very early in the morning, so I'm not fully awake yet. This is the only way I can make videos without the kids jumping on me, running around screaming, which sometimes they will. Even the dogs are quiet. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I'm trying to do at least one of these a day. I'm going to jump over to my, obviously this channel is called Elvis Presley Fan on Keto, so we will also be posting Elvis related topics here. I try and do at least one video a day on the diet, and at least one video a day with Elvis related products, because I am an Elvis Presley fan on Keto. Thanks guys. Good morning to you. Send you all love around the world. I hope this helps. Thanks guys. And let's just make sure. I'm still getting very technical here. So I'll post this now. I'll probably do, hopefully, another part to this today if I get the time. Take care guys. Good luck with this diet. I believe you can do it. You can change your life. It's never too late to change your life and start again at any age. 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. You could feel 20 years younger. You get your energy back, sleep better, reduce your anxiety, come off medication. If you're type 2 diabetes, you can come off it. If you're pre-diabetic, that can be reversed. You can lower your blood sugars. You can lower your blood pressure. You can look great again. Love you again. This diet is a miracle diet. Thanks guys. All the best to you.